And, boy, what a unique view we get, let alone our viewers out there. So kind of an interesting take on things. We'll do the best we can to pick up numbers and people. But, Spike, the Tigers are on a 5-game home win streak.
Yeah. Tigers have played pretty solid all year. They ran into their only real nemesis is this year, and like every year, is running into that very talented, very fast pitcher. Pitching has dominated. When you run into the really good ones, you see 2 or 3 a year.
Well, and the Thiel girl from Archibald and the Staten girl from Bryan have been the dominant pitchers this year.
And other than that, Liberty Center has been in every game. You know, like one night, for example, they lost at Swanton 6-4, a common opponent, one that Otsego beat earlier in the year. The Knights come in at 9-5, Liberty Center at 10-7. So this should be a good competitive game.
Yeah, you talk a little bit about the competitiveness of the NWAL. Bryan has been the prom queen, I guess I'll call it, the last few years. But Archibald has dethroned them, Spike. Archibald beat them 4-0. They beat, and it was the duel of the two dominant pitchers in our league right now, the Staten girl and Thiel. And Archibald beat them 4-0.
Well, and of course, we didn't see the game, but I would assume that Archibald probably scratched out. There's no way they would have hit her very successfully. So I figure, a couple walks, a couple errors, and a couple of timely hits were probably what did it for Archibald.
Absolutely. I saw the game recap on Game Changer, which I'm involved with, but it's I'm sure it was a great game and as you said, scrappy, I'm going to call it.
Yeah. Yep. And that's been, if there is a nemesis, we get good talent here, good talent in girls softball year after year. I think that's the one difference, though, is Liberty has those 2 or 3 games every year where, I'm sorry, it's like Sandy Koufax or, with that 105-mile-an-hour sudden Sam McDowell, if you're old enough to remember him.
That's before my time, oldie but goldie.
He could throw one about 108, but never knew where it was going. But
that's me. Okay. Now I can relate. So, again, if you're out there watching, we are at the football stadium, so it's kind of a ragtag, way of doing the cameras. I had to literally, Spike, go up to the studio and strip 90% of the gear out of that to make gear up here because we got all our gear out at the Spring Sports Complex right now. So, we're gonna give you as much detail as we can. We are using the automated camera in our football stadium, which gets a little crazy sometimes, but we'll do the best we can to bring you this broadcast.
Okay, I'm just estimating here. I figured out last night down the left field line, the fence is 180 feet, and I think at Liberty down the left field line, out at our regular diamond, it's 205. So a short porch. But it falls away fast, and a quick estimation, 60.
Well, Mr. Pullman's in the booth with us, and he had the 500 million foot tape measure out yesterday.
180 everywhere except left field.
There you go.
Oh, it's probably a little shorter than 180. Yeah.
176 in left, 180 in right.
Okay.
There you go. Word from the boss man.
Yep. And there were a couple of jacks last night from Tenora. Pretty impressive.
And the one that put it out in the parking lot, Spike, she actually has Liberty Center roots. That's Matt Bryant's stepdaughter.
Oh, boy.
Coach Bryant. So she put it out in the parking lot.
Okay, now this is going to be a little confusing because Otsego, as you know, also sports the orange and black uniforms. First pitch, right down the heart of the plate. It's a long strike call, but it came. So the Tigers jump out to that first pitch. Strike. Ooh, that one was just inside. let's see, Fuller pitching again, her third pitching.
Well, the other two pitchers are on the band trip, Spike.
Yeah.
So Fuller putting in yeoman's duties here.
Yeah, and it's not the strain on the arm, of course, that baseball pitchers have with that underhand motion, very fluid, and strike two. Anyway, Otsego with orange pants, black jerseys, Liberty Center, just the opposite, of course. Here's a fly ball, deep left field.
Goodbye. Oh, no, hit the fence.
Rounding first, and she'll chug into second base with a stand-up double. Wow, that was 178 feet, one hop off the fence.
178 feet, 10 inches.
Yeah.
And that was Rowe. Now Weaver for Otsego is up. I'm going to cheat it a little bit, Spike. I've got the game changer hooked up to the coach's iPad.
I see. Captain, you're a wheeler and a dealer.
Well, and Rowe moves up to third. She stole on the first pitch, and then the pass ball here.
Weaver takes just a little bit high. Well, if you've
Ball
ever heard
two.
It's a wonderful day for baseball, or it's a beautiful day for baseball. Not.
That ain't it.
No.
So 0-3 now, Spike. 3-0.
Ooh, 3-0, missed one. Okay. Crew playing even with the bag. Tigers playing with the infield in. Now shortstop.
Well, with this turf, Spike, everything in the middle comes hot and fast.
Yeah. Fly ball. Moving over center. No, coming out. No, coming on. Can't hang on the right fielder. Here's the throw to second. Got her! Tried to stretch that into two bases. And a good relay throw on that Texas leaguer that dropped in between everybody.
Well, that was a lack of communication there. But Otsego does score, Spike.
Yeah. Ooh, did we actually hear that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got the window open to get one of our secondary cameras.
Maybe I'll.
So.
Yeah, a little bit tougher. We don't have a scoreboard.
0-2.
0-2. The captain on it.
Well, like I said, I'm hooked to the coach's iPad, so I get the counts.
All right, base is empty after that gun out at second base. Pitch a little away.
I like that. Don't give her anything to hit.
So we've got one out. High. Pop fly coming on, just foul. The foul line.
It's the 10-yard line.
Is the 10-yard line. And actually, I was standing near home plate last night, and the umpire at home plate can really easily tell if a ball is fair or foul with the yard markers and the sideline.
Oh, yeah, because the other side is the sideline.
Yeah, it really you can see it probably better than the standard single chalk line. Yeah, and straighter.
It better be for what it cost. Well, no, Spike, this facility, I mean, with our turf, it is just second to none, Spike.
Yeah. All right, brings it. Hard shot, foul down the third baseline. Yeah, the infielders up the middle playing a little bit deeper than they normally would. Like you said, the ball comes off quick.
Yep.
Hope Atkinson turned unassisted. Well,
She had two of them.
yeah, double play. You know, the hard shot up the middle, fielded the ball, stepped on second. And those are hard double plays.
Then she had one
difficult.
hard shot. She tagged the runner going past her and threw it to first.
Oh, yeah. Pitch. Ooh. Oh, wow. That plate's rounded off over there.
I have a camera right on the plate, Spike, and I can't tell you where that wasn't.
And draws a walk. That pitch may have been inside. It was close, but this might be the same crew umpiring that we had a couple nights ago.
No, it looks like, is that Brubaker out,
It
Gary
looks
out
like
there?
him on the
Is that Brew out there,
bases.
Caleb?
pitch shot down the line, just foul. Crew playing the line, made a good move, and has that adjusted right. If that had been a fair ball, I think she had it picked off, but a couple feet foul.
Yep. Back to the
Pop up,
ditch.
yep, and that will head right straight back and out of play.
So 0-2.
Ouch, hit her. Boy, that's not what you want on a day like this. Looked like it got her in the knee. And let me see, what do we have, Captain? Outs?
One out.
One out, okay.
And that was Huffman. Now Lorenz is up for Otsego.
A little bunt to third base. Crew comes in. She was way in, got
Foul.
a good jump, but ball was foul. All right, this is who up?
Lorenz.
Okay, so fourth hitter.
Yep, number 22 for Otsego. Brooks is on second, and Huffman is on first.
So Otsego with two runners on, pass ball, and that'll go against the backstop. So the runners move up.
And getting a dry softball here.
So with one out, Otsego threatening to make this crooked inning. Little pop-up coming out, or shot. Wow, that got out there in a hurry. Line drive to Zider, grabbed. And the run did not tag up.
Now, again, they're only 180 feet to the fence in center, and Aubrey Zider can probably get her there on the fly if she wanted to. So
Wow, the runner did not go on that deep fly out. So now two runners on, two outs, left-hand hitter up, chopped it, got a late cut, and that'll slip foul out of play. Nearly
O'Brien.
hit the dog with his master over there.
Yep, O'Brien up. Number
O'Brien.
8 for Otsego.
Ground ball picked up there, tries to get flipped to first, and in time they got her. Mackenzie Fuller came across, made the play, a difficult play, mind you, and one where the first baseman chose to stay home, and that was the right choice. Tigers get out of the inning with only one run scored. That runner stranded at third, so after one half inning of play, it's Otsego 1, Tigers coming to bat.
Hey, and check our schedule next week. We've got some, unfortunately, people out of town, so we're going to make some schedule adjustments. We may have Monday's game, but the 6th, which I think is Tuesday, those games will be canceled. The broadcast will be canceled. The games will be played, so go out to the complex and watch the girls in person. And the boys, I think the Fairview Apaches come to town on Tuesday, and we do have that on our schedule, but I will be taking that off today. Unfortunately, I've got to be out of town on a work trip.
So we're gonna try to broadcast Monday.
Yes, because Cole Ballman will be back from the FFA convention. So we got people everywhere, Spike. Everywhere. Yeah, so we will not have the girls' Evergreen game. Or I'm sorry, we will have the Evergreen broadcast, the girls' broadcast on Monday, and then the Fairview game on Tuesday will be canceled.
Okay, now we've got a number 7. And I don't see number 7 listed on our roster.
I'll have it
in
just
left
a second.
field.
Let me get back into Game Changer. I had to switch to get the scores here. It'll come up. That is. We'll get that here for you in just a second.
Okay. Okay, who are we leading off with?
Hope Atkinson, I believe, and then Macy Crew. That is definitely number 8 that is pitching. I can see her on the short camera.
Pitch taken. Ooh.
That's a tight strike zone.
Ooh.
Spike,
Yeah, that looked pretty good. It looked like it was in that upper outside corner area, but so far you're right, Captain. I think it's better.
That is Rowe, number 8, pitching.
Tight strike zone. That one now down a little bit more into the wheelhouse. Outside corner called strike.
Yep.
1-1 the count.
That is Rowe.
I see.
Pitching.
All right, the corner infielders each playing in. Here's a little chop pop up. First baseman comes on, makes the catch on the foul line. So 1 out for Liberty Center.
Yep. That's actually, she's number 11 pitching. Why did we think it was 8? Looks like 8. I don't know. The ponytails play is the nemesis.
Yeah, you can't go by those things.
Macy Crew now up for Liberty Center.
Macy Crew pops foul straight back, 1 strike. Looking around at their defense, the shortstop playing rather not too deep for the tough infield, neither at second. And the right fielder is playing way off that right field line. Wow. Center fielder playing straight up and deep along with the left fielder.
Yeah, the right fielder's on the right side of the second baseman, Spike. You get some little bleeder down the line, and that could roll for 15 minutes before anybody could get there. Well, and if it does, that's a triple because that's a long throw from that right field fence to third base.
You better believe it. All right, Crew standing in their slightly open stance and popped up and out of play again. So Crew fouling off a couple, hanging tough in here. Macy carries a 300 batting average into the ball game. Wow.
That's tight.
Wow.
I'm watching. I have a camera that's zoomed all the way in on the plate, Spike, and I cannot tell you where that was.
Wow. It must be an optical illusion. Here's the pitch taken up high. That moves the count, I think, to 3-2.
Yep, full count.
Now, Crew average is a 300 hitter, but with that danger percentage, that Crew is all the way up to 540.
And swing and a miss.
Ouch.
Spike, ESPN called me and wanted your calculations on the danger percentage.
Well, I tell you what you do. You use your total times at bat, not just your plate appearances, and you add in walks and hard hit balls. Hard hit balls, I think, are important because it shows what kind of hitter you are. And
Okay.
the more,
Don't give it all away because ESPN's they're
well,
watching. They're writing this down.
They're not sure how to.
They don't know the spike math.
Yeah.
Eddie Zentek up for the Tigers now, and that's ball 2 across the plate.
Zintek, one of the leading hitters on the team, Addie hitting .425, but she's second on the team with a .667 power or danger percentage. It just shows you draw walks, you get hits, and then when you hit the ball hard, I think that's a great indicator of the strength and the ability.
Spike, here's an interesting thing for. Oh, and she grabs it.
And that little pop-up went foul territory, and the side retired.
Spike, you talk about Addie Zentek and the aggressiveness of it. Before the Tenora game last night, I pulled all the stats. She had 0 walks for the year.
Yeah.
0.
Well, that just tells you what kind of she comes to play. Gets her nose in the middle of it.
Well, and she has appeared in all 16 games.
Yeah.
So you got a couple girls. Oh, I don't have a walk. I don't have this and that. But they appeared in 4, 5, 8 times.
Yeah.
Eddie Zentek has appeared in all 16 of the girls' games prior to the Tenora game last night. She didn't walk last night either, and has 0 walks. Scored 19 runs though, and 12 RBIs for the season.
You know that in itself is incredible. Okay, so leading off here in the second inning, have you got a name, Cappy?
Will in a second. We're slightly delayed on that because we're connected downfield wirelessly.
Pitch high. Corner infielders, a couple steps in on each side. Zintek playing over toward first base. And shortstop Atkinson playing about
that is Jones.
Straight up. Jones.
Number 17, Jones for Otsego. And that was ball 2.
Swing and a miss on a pitch up there at the top of the strike zone. That'll even it 1-1. Fuller, and we've mentioned it, this is her third straight day of pitching. We'll see how that affects her. Shot. Wow.
People in the stands were moving.
A screamer that hit off the facing of the bleachers over there.
All right, we switch camera angles because our tracking camera, when people move in the outfield, it switches over. So we'll try to keep you in tune with the game here. And
swing and a miss, strike 3. Looking around at the outfield, Zeiter playing a very deep center field. Our right fielder playing well over toward the right field line. Long fly ball, deep left field, and gone. Zeiter had a beat on it coming over from center field. Hammondtree from left, and just ran out of real estate. Ran into too much fence, and that ball sneaks over.
Well, in a regular field, Spike, Aubrey Zeiter would have had 20 or 25 more feet.
Yeah, that could have been
maybe 30 more feet. 210, I think, is center field.
All right, well, that's what you got here, but it's still an opportunity to play, and that's what's important. All right, the wind, the pitch, that's down low and skips away, ball 1. And we have at bat now, Captain.
Rowe.
We're
the
back
pitcher.
to the leadoff hitter. That was the number 9 hitter in the order with that fly ball home run.
And she's 1 for 1. She hit the double, I think.
High fly ball. Left fielder Hammondtree moves over, makes the catch. I believe she's just a freshman.
She is, yes.
But she is, to me, from when I've seen her in left field, she looks good. She reads the ball well.
Well, and Coach Davis last night was on the broadcast with me, Spike, and we talk about she doesn't do that fault a lot of fielders, that first step. Her first step is backwards, which is exactly what you want, and that's a lot to ask for a freshman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 She looks polished out there.
Strike one.
Okay, Weaver hit that Texas leaguer that fell in last time up out into right field and then got gunned out trying to stretch it to two bases. Corner infielders in a step. They're now a little farther. And pitch on the inside corner.
He does enunciate those strikes very well. We've got a window open in our press box here, and it's we can hear him all the way from our location.
Chop back up the middle, grabbed by Fuller, flipped to first base, and the side retired. Good reactions. A one-hopper comes up about shoulder high, and McKenzie cross-bodied with the glove, grabbed it, and that takes all the intensity out of the way. When the shortstop doesn't have to make that play on a slow bounder, that is huge. So 1 run on the home run for Otsego that inning. They've got 3 hits. I believe 3 hits in 2 innings.
Yep.
And they lead it 2-0 heading into the bottom of the second.
All right. I think it's Aubrey Zeider will be up for the Tigers here. We'll get confirmation of that in a second when our game changer catches up. That's been the batting order.
Takes outside for a ball. Zeider, a .465 hitter.
Oh, nope, that's Fuller.
Fuller. Oh, okay, yeah, McKenzie should be up batting fourth. Well, now McKenzie Fuller, .578 batting average, and an .857 danger hitter. That's pretty potent. Shot down too low. Fuller gets the bat around on the ball, yanks an inside pitch, very deep, but way out of here, but way foul.
Hit the old concession stand pretty much out there, Spike. Once again, we're at Kip Kern Field for this softball contest. So if you're just tuning in.
Well, that one ground into the dirt.
So now full count.
Tigers trying to get a base runner here, get something started here in the bottom of the second. Pitch.
Ooh.
Well, one thing about it, Captain, those all look like strikes, but they're all getting called balls. So apparently our angle. So Liberty Center does get their first base runner, a walk to Fuller. And this looks like Zeider.
This is Zeider. Yes, it is.
Pitch. Strike. Burnt right past her on the hard one. Zeiter 465 hitter. Strike two now, the count on Zeiter. She'll step out of the box. Third baseman playing a couple steps in, shortstop and second baseman, normal depth. Chopped. Foul, straight back. Zeiter staying alive. Still 0-2. Well, there was a pitch that caught a corner. Strike three called, so Zeiter heads back to the dugout.
Is that not long enough, Caleb? You can pull the white one off. We're not using that camera. You sure? Yeah, just pull it out of the camera. I'm not using it.
Bunt and out in front. Good job there. Third baseman who came way in read the bunt set up by Crow, was it?
Yep, Bailey Crow.
So the runner gets moved to second base. Tigers now with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs on the sack bunt by Crow. Tigers trail 2-0 here in the bottom of the second.
That looked like the same pitch, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can't. I'm just going to say that we can't see it up here. This is Laney Hammondtree.
Yeah. There's no sense trying to guess. Pitch low and inside. Who do we have?
Hammondtree.
Hammondtree. Hammondtree, a 205 hitter, but a 418. So that jumps way up. It doubles in that danger stat. Hammondtree, a freshman, but promising. Pitch, chops it down the left or right field line, but goes way foul. The right fielder, we mentioned earlier, she was playing out on the hash marks on our leadoff hitter, but now moved over into normal depth. Pitch right back up the middle, base hit for Liberty Center. Hammondtree drives it hard. Here's the throw to the plate, and getting back. That ball got to the center fielder like right now on 3 hard hops. She pickled it, Hammondtree, and it was so hard the center fielder came up gunning, and Liberty Center had to hold Fuller at third base.
Well, and let's not lose track of Hammondtree's smart base running. She moves up to second on the throw.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, a hit's 2 now instead of a hit being 1. Okay, Capretta now is up for Liberty Center.
Capretta?
Yep. Bridget Capretta.
That pitch in the upper half of the strike zone, called strike.
Here's for out you watching, here's a pretty cool shot. I put one of our pan-tilt zoom cameras up, and it is right on the pitcher catcher.
Yeah. And another thing, Fuller had to hold up an extra step or two to let that ball get into center field. She could not get a jump on it, and that did not give her a good jump off of second base, obviously, and another reason why they had to hold.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Crow. Or Capretta, I'm sorry.
Made contact, but pops it foul straight back. Yep, with this, it's not a lot, but it's a little bit quicker, this turf rather than natural. And that ball got through there in a hurry. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a tough pitch to take where his zones have been. And we're not ragging on the umpire. You get
No.
the players have to adjust. That's just the truth of the matter.
And gets.
I never seen an umpire say, "Oh, wait a minute, batter, you don't like where I'm calling it? Oh, let me move it for you."
No. And umpires do. You've done enough.
I
I've
had
done
my own
plenty of
zone.
softball.
I had my own zone, and it was my zone all the time. And
Yeah. Here's the pitch up high. So Capretta continues to battle up here. This is what you like to see. And then she'll take a pitch here and there out of the zone and moving up in the count. Oh, stood there and called strike 3, so the Tigers get a rally going, but they can't push anything across. After 2 innings, it's Otsego 2 and Liberty Center 0.
all right, we're back here. Top of the third.
And this is who up to bat?
I'll get you in just a second as soon as it updates. That is Weaver.
Okay. Crew coming in at third. No bunt offer.
So 3-1.
Playing in just a couple of steps at third. Fine shot. Boy, now that's deceiving up here.
Yeah.
You can't tell right at first, and it was a pop-up simply to the shortstop. You just don't want to talk too soon. This is a whole different concept. Watching
it is. Yeah, we struggled a little bit with it last night, especially like picking up the batters or strikes or whatever. Nice pitch.
Okay, now we've got who up to bat?
It'll update in a second. Brooks.
Brooks, okay.
And she takes a strike. Up high, ball 1. So 1-1 is the count.
Zintek playing about average spot for the second baseman. Atkinson maybe a couple feet deeper. Shot to left field. One hop, scooped up Hammondtree right away. But that was a rocket into left field. So, Brooks with another hit. She'll be standing on first with 1 out. And I have Huffman the hitter, is that right? When you get caught up. Shot.
Yes, that is Huffman.
Okay, foul down the third baseline. Crew playing close to the line. You see a lot of balls pulled down the line in softball, more so than you see the ground single between short and third. That's the tendency. Ball taken outside. You know what throws me is the distance the ball only seems to be away from the hitter, but yet it's called the ball. So I'm using that kind of judgment, and that's why it's deceiving on that outside corner. That pitch taken inside, so now ahead in the count is Hammond. Shot, deep left field, going back and gone. Oh my, that one cleared the fence by 5 feet. But that's all that matters. It's the same field for both, and it's a 2-run homer. And Otsego now jumps ahead 4.
That was Huffman with the home run.
That ball was hit pretty hard. That might have been trouble anyway, but would have stayed in the park, though.
Yeah, that would have been a warning track shot. But like you said, Spike, we can say that and make reference to it, but the field's the same size for both teams, so got to deal with it. So Lorenz now up, number 22 for Otsego. She's 0 for 1.
Yep, flew out to center field.
And coach comes in, just says, "Okay, settle down. We're good. 1 out. Let's get back to basics."
Now, lately the Tigers have been depending on the big inning more so than hitting throughout the lineup throughout the whole game.
Oh, nice pitch.
Oh, a little
the
off-speed pitch, yeah. And ahead in the count now is Fuller. Chop foul down the third baseline. Crew comes over. Now ahead in the count, McKenzie. She needs someplace here, something where she can hang her hat. Otsego has had base runners every inning. We're in the top of the third. They lead it 4-0 over the Tigers.
And as you can hear in the background, the 180th is doing a flyby, Spike.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
They know you're broadcasting today. They're doing a tribute flyby.
Swings at a pitch up there just out of the strike zone too high, and it pops it foul straight back. Line drive into center field, coming over into the gap, and gets between them all the way to the fence, rolls underneath it for a stand-up double. That ball was hit into the gap in right center. Zeider made a valiant effort to get there, but just couldn't get the ball cut off, and a stand-up double. And so Lorenz now standing on second with 1 out, and this is a game where you just don't want to let this thing get away too early.
Yep. O'Brien is up for, then she's 0 for 1 also.
Bunts it out in front of the plate.
Could be tough to get her.
And had no play. They throw back to third. Ooh, into the dirt. They turned the corner. Lorenz turned the corner.
And O'Brien moved up to second on the throw, which is smart heads-up base running for her.
Yep. Fuller didn't really have much of a choice. That ball was chopped out in front of home plate.
That was a good bunt.
Yep. By the time she got to the ball, she didn't have a play at first. Looked to third behind the runner and got her with the turn. Now a bunt out again. Crew grabs it. It'll just go foul. An excellent bunt. Kind of a safety squeeze.
That's
almost.
Jones. That's up to bat for Otsego right now.
So Otsego with 2 runners across the plate already, threatening for more. One out. Leadoff hitter popped up. Shot into the gap. 2 hops out there, knocked down, and the second run rounding third. She'll score. Throw to second. Got her. The throw from the cutoff Atkinson was good to Zintek covering the bag, and in trying to take an extra base, they gunned her out. But Otsego keeps up their attack. A 2-run single. And now they lead with 4 runs this inning. They're up 6-0. Who's this, Captain?
This is Shirky. She's 1 for 1. Number 12.
Yep. Shot into the gap again. What a play by Atkinson to cut that off. Wow. Laid out with a full dive. Kept that ball in the infield. Of course, didn't have a play. But a screaming infield hit.
Well, you say she fielded it on the infield, but
yeah.
she's way back there. I wonder if if it hit it to her, would it be an infield fly rule or not?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Boy, I even said something earlier about you don't see that many base hits in girls softball in the gap between third and short, but now there's 2 of them we've seen just close up. Let's see, they had Rossford was a common opponent. Liberty split a doubleheader with them, but Otsego won convincingly in their game much earlier in the year. Chopped right at Atkinson. 3 bounces, scoops up, takes a little crow hop, guns it across. Side retired, but not after. 4 runs on 5 hits, sacrifice in there. And that now puts Otsego up 6-0.
And I have Otsego for 8 hits, Spike, I think. I'll look at the box score. Yeah, 8 hits, 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors.
Yeah. Yep.
I calculated that in my head. in Game Changer. I cheat, Spike. I'm tied. Like I said, Game Changer is a piece of software that the coaching staff uses to keep game stats, live stats, and they fortunate enough, and they give us coach access to that, so that during our broadcast we can give you live and accurate stats. So,
yeah, the technology these days is second to none.
Oh. Fortunately, it's cost us a fortune. What are you doing here, Spike? Can't give him a microphone. He gets all tangled up in it.
Standing up a little.
Yeah. I feel like we should be, we don't ever sit in this press box, Spike.
Yeah, this is something different. Okay, for Liberty Center.
That is...
Should be Atkins.
No, it's the bottom hitter.
Oh, okay.
Could be it'll update here in a second. It's it may be Addie Miller. It is Addison Miller.
Is she at first?
No, she's the extra hitter.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And quick 2 strikes on her. Swing
and a miss pitch in that upper half of the zone.
Yeah, Liberty Center right now, Spike, is got Madison Foster's hurt, Lily Howard is hurt, and those are usually the two sub runners, whatever, that jump in. But then they've got the girls on the band trip. So that's why Fuller has pitched 3 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, and pop-up, catcher coming back, that's going to go out of play.
I think the goal line out there, if you can see that on there, that's the out of bounds or out of play.
Yeah, that would make sense. You've got to have some kind of line of demarcation. Yeah, the Foster girl was getting playing time, hitting, left-hand slap hitter.
Yep. Yeah, both her and Howard are both the left-handed slappers, but Maddie Foster's got speed to spare.
Yeah. All right, shortstop playing pretty deep. High pop-up, catcher coming out. Now pitcher comes in. She'll call it, make the play. And that's 2 outs for Liberty Center.
No, I think that's the first out. She was the first batter, I think.
Oh, Miller.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Miller took a called strike. So, Crew now.
That's gone.
Crew, long drive, way back. And now the Tigers on the board. They break that stalemate. They left 2 runners on in the second inning, but Crew now with a grand crank on the board for Liberty with the home run. That ball was tagged pretty well. Would have had a burn even with the longer fence.
Yep, now Addie Zentek up for the Tigers.
Zentek popped up to first base her first time. Takes a pitch, low and away, ball 1.
Addie's got 2 home runs on the season, Spike. That was Macy Crew. Let's see. That was her second home run of the year.
Zentek takes low and inside, 2-0. Zentek looking for something she can handle here. She's not going to try to go up there and draw a walk. Chops it, third baseline, picked up, and foul ball. Third baseman came over, made a good play. Ball a couple feet out in front of third. 2-1 now, the count. She'll come back, try again.
And I'm going to give you a little bit different camera angle if you're out there watching. A little wider shot.
And a line drive over the shortstop's outreach glove. It'll be a base hit into left field. Zentek hit that one on the rocks, and the shortstop leaped, got the tip of her glove on it, couldn't hang on, and it's a clean, hard single for Zentek standing on first.
She better check the webbing of her glove, Spike. Now Fuller
Yeah.
up to bat for Liberty Center.
Boy, here's where they could stand to get a hold of something big time here.
Yep.
Catcher faked the throw down to third. Zentek getting a jump off there, had to dive back. But that's the way she plays, hard-nosed. Pitch, that's going to be outside.
2-0.
All right, so 2-0 count. It's a hitter's pitch right now. Fuller takes it in the dirt. Zentek slides. She's in there with a stolen base. Well, you've got to chip away, and here's the perfect spot. Fuller now just needs to get that ball into the green.
I don't coach softball, Spike, but you got the area's #1 hitter up with 2 outs, and you need runs.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that.
Nope.
Pitch down low, and that'll be ball 4. So Fuller draws a walk. That's her second walk of the game.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and I think by this time of the year, they know who's doing what, Spike, and they're not going to give her anything to hit. But Zeiter now up for the Tigers. Right down the pike.
On the outside corner, called strike.
We'll give you a little try to give you an infield shot here and see what happens.
Zaire pops it, foul, going back. Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, foul. It's,
Wrong yard line marker.
Yeah, I got confused for a minute, that 5 and the 10.
No, I didn't do that last night when we played Sonora. You know, a lot of people also, a couple people say, why are we playing this? Well, we got tournament draws coming up.
Yeah.
And in Sonora game, it was important. This game's important. So this is a meaningful game here, Spike.
Oh, yeah.
Ball outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Aubrey Zider with 2 outs here.
All right. This is big. High and away. That'll even the count, 2-2. Tigers with runners on first and second and 2 outs. They trail 6-1. A hit here would be big to get them back in this. Zider chops it foul down the third baseline. Inside pitch, got around on it. May have kind of shaken off her hand there. Might have got it in on the fist. Little stinger action. The delivery. Zider fought off another pitch that was high and inside. It was in that area where you can't afford to take it. And she did the best she could to foul it off to stay alive, looking for something she can handle. Shot into center field. That's going to be up the gap and go through and under the fence for a stand-up double.
Fuller will have to go back.
Will have to go. Boy, that was could we say a bad break?
Yep.
Or not, because that run probably would have scored, but Zider stung one into the right center gap for a double. That scores a run. And now the Tigers with runners on second and third.
Bailey Crow comes to the plate.
Crow had a good sacrifice bunt her first time up, but she's got the goods as a hitter, a .360 hitter. And she's got a .651 danger average. I love that. Swing and a miss on that inside high hard one. So Fuller on third, Zider on second. Waiting to come home here for we need a Crow hit. Takes it up high. She wanted to go for it, but held off.
Oh, those high pitches, when they get it up at the eye level, Spike, that just optically just makes it tough to.
It's tough to lay off.
Yeah.
All right, the wind. And the high hard one got past her. The hot fastball now behind in the count. Boy, the big time at bat for Liberty.
Right down the pipe.
And taken for called strike 3. The Tigers do get on the board. They score 2 with 3 hits that inning. 6-2 now after 3 innings of play. Now is
Okay, we're on.
Okay. Who we got coming up here, Cappy? Let me know when that.
Give me a second.
When that regurgitates. To wind the first pitch. Ooh, that was out there where everything else has been all day. That's a strike.
That is Rowe. So
Rowe.
we're back at the top of the order, I think.
Okay. Rowe has had a double and then a bounce out back to the pitcher.
Yep, she's 1 for 2.
Pitch outside. Atkinson playing very deep at short, but she's got the cannon that can get the ball there. So that gives her a little bit more flexibility range-wise. Oh my, way around turned on that one. Clear down on the end line for a foul fly. High fly ball, center field. Zeider moving over into left center, camps and makes the catch. From what I've seen of the outfield, our Liberty outfield judges the ball well. They get good angles, pursuit angles, and they're able to cut things off. So a long center field fly out. Weaver with a single and a pop-up to short. It was a Texas League hit.
The official scorer didn't give her a hit.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, now that could be because our right fielder came in, got a glove on it down around her shoe tops, but
Yeah, they
tough
flagged
catch.
it as an error. Yep.
Okay.
His Liberty Center's got the box score says we've got one error, so that must have been it.
Yeah, that was that early on thing. Long drive and heading on out of here. We'll call that one about a 200-foot home run. That would have been close to the fence at Liberty. But Weaver tags one after being officially 0 for 2. That's the third home run for Otsego, and now they lead 7-2. Liberty Centers had 2 chances with 2 outs, with runners on second and third, didn't score them. And on the other side, on the other hand, Otsego with 3 home runs to highlight their attack.
Well, in Fuller right now, this will be her 70th pitch, Spike. She's thrown some innings.
Shot. Crew cuts it off, guns it across, got her. Crew had to come with Atkinson playing a deep shortstop. She was never going to have a chance, and Crew came over, made the play. Boy, that's great when the third baseman can go to that glove side and take that hit in the hole away. So 2 away, and the pitch. That's going to be outside. Huffman up, homered her last time up. And chops one up the gap in right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall, go underneath for the stand-up double. So Huffman tags another one. That was a screamer. That got into the gap in a hurry. Liberty's outfield had no chance at all to cut that off. And now,
but with 2 outs and nobody on, that doesn't hurt. Get this out here and we're out of it.
Yeah, Tigers can ill afford to give up too many more loose runs, trailing 7-2.
Spike, and we will have a JV game this afternoon. Otsego brought their JV squad. Liberty's going to put together one with the injuries and the trips and whatever. I'm not sure who's going to play JV,
Yeah, they'll have to play a few of the varsity players. There's just no two ways about it. Chopped up the middle, cut off by Atkinson. That's going to save a run. It's a base hit, but Atkinson gave it all she had. Full out dive and parallel to the ground, stopped the ball. That will hold the runner on third.
Yeah, it's key to that, Spike, and you're absolutely right. She just saved a run.
Yeah, that's big. 2 outs, now chance for Liberty to get out of there. O'Brien, I believe, a left-handed hitter.
Yep.
She's had a base hit, a bunt single, and then back to the pitcher the first time up. So 1 for 2 officially.
Yeah, I keep changing camera angles if you're out there watching because our auto-tracking camera tracks movement. So when people move up beyond the fence out here.
Fly ball. Coming out, shortstop, Atkinson makes the play. No way Crew could get there, and it was hugging the line. Ended up, I think, going foul. Hammontree wasn't going to be able to get there, but Atkinson, with that great range, came across, made the play, and the Tigers save a run on that diving stop, and only 1 run in for Otsego. But after 3.5 innings, they lead Liberty 7-2.
Turn the mics back on. I think this is Hammontree, I think.
Yep, Hammontree, Capretta, and Miller. 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order. Tigers would really love to get something going here with this bottom part of the order in where they're at. The Tigers want to get that top half of the order up there twice yet in the rotation. So a very important inning. A little pop foul. That'll flare on out of play.
So 0-2 on the batter.
They need base runners. Hammontree had such a hard hit the last time up, 1 for 1, that it held the runner at third. Otsego pitcher mixing up well. That was a high and in tight pitch taken. So Hammontree battling here. And up too high again. 2-2, I believe, the count.
Yes, it is. And we're going to have to switch to this camera that you're seeing here for a while because the JV team is warming up on the other end of the field, and our camera doesn't know what to do about it. So
just a bit outside. Full count now. Boy, this is an important time at bat for Liberty Center.
When Hammontree's 1 for 1.
Hammontree chops it, and it'll roll foul a few feet out in front of home plate. I think it must have hit foul right away.
Yeah, the umpire put his hands up immediately, but Laney Hammontree did the right thing, Spike. Take off and run. Let the umpire sort it out.
Yep. Okay, we'll see how that Otsego pitcher's control is. Brings it, chopped right down the third baseline, scooped up on one hop. The gun across. First baseman had to reach into the baseline, but grabbed the throw. Hammontree out. Good battle, but third baseman made the play. Capretta struck out her first time up. Shot And that'll roll foul on the third base side. So getting bat on the ball, that's always important. Just for your own sake of being confident. Ooh, down the pipe. Now Capretta in the hole. Yep.
Oh, it looks like the Otsego pitcher. Oh, he said she swung.
Yeah, was she trying to bail out of there?
I
on
think
an
she
inside
was.
Pitch.
I'm not sure. We only had. Oh, they're going to substitute. Yeah. This is pretty sure that's Lily Howard, I think. Should see if she goes to the left side, it's Howard. She's had a knee injury. Yep, that's who it is.
Okay, so Howard.
In all concealing, that's my granddaughter, Spike. It's a kind of a cool moment when I get to call plays for my grandchild.
Jake's boy?
Yeah.
Or Jake's daughter, I should say.
Yeah,
Duh.
Jake and Alyssa. She's had a knee injury the last couple weeks, so.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her in the lineup at all.
She's been playing JV sparingly, but with that knee, they're trying to get the swelling to go down. The same thing with Foster. Foster's hip is not cooperating.
Whew. Taken, must
Ball one.
have been a bit inside. That caught the corner. That'll even it at
Okay, that looked like the same pitch to me, but
yeah.
Evidently it wasn't.
Third baseman playing a third of the way in. Shortstop even with the bags. A little chop.
Come on, Will. Hit the ball.
And now behind in the count, 1-2. And
chop foul.
Now they consider that a swing.
Yes, that is a swing. It's a slap.
Okay. Yeah, went through. It came around with the bat.
And, you know, they work on this a lot with these slap hitters. And the two girls that are the slap hitters on the team are right-handed batters, believe it or not. And they move them to the left side. But you get that extra step, and that's big.
Yeah. And back pitcher has to charge. Here's a throw to first. Just got her by half a stride. Made it close. Pitcher had to come in, pick it up, make the good throw, and the side retired. So after 4 innings of play, Otsego on top, 7-2.
All right, so top of the 6th. Or is it the top of the 5th?
Top of the 5th. And we have Jones is up, struck out in the 2nd inning, singled in the 3rd. Otsego has hit the ball all the way through the lineup. Not just loaded up with just a couple players.
All right, we're going to get looks like a substitute. I think they're going to put in number 7. She'll come up on the score changer or game changer here in a second. And that's Euler, E-U-L-E-R.
Oh, this is a new player.
Yes, it is.
Euler, a name.
E-U-L-E-R. I believe that's Euler.
Typical of the Otsego area.
It's like a Limes or a Farley or,
Yeah.
you know.
Pitch taken up high.
At least they don't have like the old Roop and Rupp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Whether you're Archbold or Pettisville or
Yeah.
Hicksville or whatever.
Yeah.
Spelled the same, said differently.
Shot down the third baseline. Foul. Crew again covering the line very well. It was foul.
Yeah, Macy Crew does a great job of that, Spike.
Yeah.
Not much gets down the line on her. One of our 3 seniors, we've got Macy Crew, Addie Zentek, and Janelle Sattler. Our 3 seniors on the team this year.
Pitch high and away.
2 balls, 2 strikes. What's the count?
Ooh, there it goes. And Mackenzie Fuller guns one down. Pitch toward the inside and caught her looking. Shuki, I believe. A home run and a single in this game. So batting 9th, but 2 good times at bat. Two hop right at Atkinson. Little crow step, fires across, got her. That ball got there in a hurry. And Shuki with her 3rd straight hard hit. And she's batting 9th. She's having a good day. That'll make 2 outs now into the 5th inning. And Rowe now, the leadoff hitter, coming to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Led off with a double. And then back to the pitcher and a fly to center field. Pitch up high, so it appears to be a center fielding hitter. And the delivery. Foul.
That'll rattle your cage a little bit off the umpire's mask.
Yeah.
But, when I umpired, it hit the mask. It does rattle you a little bit. But everybody's like, are you okay? You okay? Yeah. Ask me when it doesn't hit the gear.
Yeah.
You know, when it hits the mask, you're a little rattled, but you're good. So this is Hartman for Otsego that's up. She's I think...
Just a new hitter?
I believe so.
Yeah. So roll out of the lineup. The pitch.
Yeah.
And dropped. Throw to first. They got her to complete the strikeout. Ball ricochets off, I believe, Capretta.
Yep.
At the plate, but runs out, pulls it in, hauls it to first. Side retired, so the Tigers finally stop Otsego from scoring in the 5th inning. Score heading into the bottom of the 5th. It's Otsego. Center, 2 runs on 4 hits.
All right, for Liberty Center, I think Hope Atkinson will start the inning off at the number 1 spot.
Yep, leadoff hitter Hope. 2 pop-ups, grounder to short on the first pitch. Fires across, and Atkinson retired.
Hope is a first ball hitter, Spike. She just, and it's not bad because she's batting, let's see, 421, but she likes that first pitch.
Okay, Macy Crew with a strikeout, and then in the 3rd inning, cranked one. Shot in the hole. Shortstop cuts it off. Throw to first, not in time at all. And Crew with a line drive. It's an infield hit, but a great stop by the shortstop just to keep it inside. So Crew on with her 2nd hit. And Addie Zintek with a single and a pop-up in the 1st inning. 1 for 2. Tigers need a rally this inning so that they can get up again by the 7th inning. Tigers need a couple of big hits right now. No 2 ways, hands down about it. Zintek takes it low. So the Tigers with a runner on first and 1 out. Got her on the fist, popped it up. Catcher came over into near the fence. Couldn't get the glove on it. That was tough. She had to jump out of the catcher's box and get out there, but Addie didn't get it high enough.
Sorry, wasn't keeping up. Got grandbabies in the press box here, Spike, so I was oohing and ahhing over babies.
That's all right. Zintek cranks and ready.
2-2.
Yep, got her in on the fist. Popped it foul straight back. Crew standing on first, begging to get moved here. Ow! Called 3rd strike.
But Macy Crew moves up on that play, so.
We had a little bobble then, huh? I didn't.
No, it was just a bang play. Crew was going all the way, and
I see.
I don't know if they had to hit and run, and she just didn't swing.
A little chop, second base comes over, guns it over, and side retired. First pitch hitting Fuller, hits it to the second baseman, shading the middle. And the side retired. Tigers get a hit, but nothing else to show for it. And after 5 innings, it's 7-2, Otsego. Okay, Weaver up for Otsego, 1 for 3. And a shot cut off there by the first baseman. Good backhand glove. Makes the play unassisted at first. Miller with a big one. And Weaver is out. That ball looked like it could be heading into right field. But one away. Now Brooks is up. 2 for 3 on the night. 2 hits and then a pop-up. Pitch hangs a little high. Yeah, you can tell this could be the strain of pitching 3 days in a row could be telling.
She's thrown a lot of pitches, Spike. She's
Yeah.
got 91 pitches in right now, and she pitched all 8 innings against Tenora yesterday.
Yeah, and that just adds up. That's the mental strain.
Well, and she pitched Thursday against
Yeah.
Archbold.
Thursday, Friday, and then right back again Saturday morning. Fly ball, deep left field, and that one is going to be into the bleachers. A home run.
Otsego's going to want to ask to play in the stadium every time we play them, Spike.
Yeah, that's home run number 4. Wow. 3 hits for Brooks. 8-2 lead, and now Huffman with a home run and a double herself coming to the plate.
So I want to protect from
Well,
that.
I'll just use that one and move it or something. I don't know. I was just trying to.
Yeah, it's cool. I just know how once you get up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you grab food and all of a sudden, oh man, I got a cool TV. No, go wherever you were.
Swing and a miss. Fuller still got some zip on that fastball. Huffman with a home run and then a double. That pitch too far outside, so they're being a little careful. A waste pitch.
Yep, I like that. You
Yeah.
were at the pitcher's count there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw something junk.
Crew in a couple steps at third on a power hitter. That takes guts. Popped up. Out. It's going to carry out into center field. Zeider
With room.
cruises over, makes the grab. There's 2 away.
Like Hammondtree all the way over from her left field spot to back up.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I always love the fundamental things, Spike.
Yeah.
I just love those.
Yeah, every once in a while you'll see it where it's rare, but the ball actually pops out of a glove, and then you've got Hammondtree hustling over. I've seen it a few times where the catch is made on the ricochet. Foul, straight back, and out of play. 1 strike. It's rare, but Lorenz with a double and a single and 3 times at bat. Oh, a little off-speed pitch. Too high. Another foul, straight back. Otsego with 12 hits already. And little foul bloop into the bleachers down there on the first base side.
Yeah, 8 runs on 12 hits. Liberty Center, 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error.
Yeah. Yep, Otsego's been all over it.
Well, and I think Mackenzie Fuller, being the trooper, she's just rearing back and throwing pitches at this point, Spike. I mean,
yeah,
she's got 103 pitches already today. She probably had in 8 innings right around 100 against Tenora, and who knows what she had against Archbold. I could go back and look.
To third,
Ooh,
foul ball.
Just close. Actually, you know what, Spike? I might be able to go back and look. Let's see the box score.
Okay.
Fuller threw.
I bet you had 85 or.
She had 102 pitches against Archbold.
Wow. Wow. So she's over.
She had
well over the 300 mark. And
103
called.
101 pitches against Tenora. So there's 204. And she's at 106. So 310 pitches basically in 3 days.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, an even short day being a Saturday. So Tenora scores again. They lead
Otsego.
now. Or Otsego. Yeah.
Sorry, I planted,
just
I planted Tenora in your head.
Yeah.
Wait, give Mark money. Give Mark money.
8-2 now. Otsego. Now we've got a different. No, I'm sorry. Duh. I'm look. Doggone jerseys and everybody's orange and black.
I'm pretty sure that's Aubrey Zider. It'll come up.
Yeah, that's Aubrey Zider at the plate. I'm looking at the left fielder thinking, oh, wait a minute. Our left fielder's number 5. You know, we don't have a blue and green team here. It's all orange and black.
That's kind of like playing North Baltimore.
Yeah.
And the bad part is North Baltimore's the Tigers, too, I think.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, Aubrey Zider 1 for 2 in the day. You're on the cord, Spike. Lift up your chair. There you go.
I thought I had it out once. Okay. Ooh, a shot foul. About 10 feet foul, but that was hit like a bullet. Zider had a double to center field her last time.
Good discipline by Aubrey Zider. Threw her a junk pitch, and she thought about it, but held off.
Aubrey's not afraid to swing the bat, but she's a little more deliberate than a few. Takes the pitch high and away.
Rowe has only thrown 89 pitches, Spike.
Boo.
Into the bleachers.
Into the 5th row. A guy made kind of a leaning, almost a dive for the ball. Got a hand on it, but couldn't come up clean. A man from Hamtramck. No, That's in Detroit.
I was going to say.
Yeah. High fly ball going back. It's deep. It's off the fence. Zeider rounding first, steams into second base with a long, majestic double off the wall.
That kind of just hung up there. I mean, we got a weird perspective, like you said, Spike, but that was pretty much right at us in the booth here, and that just seemed to just float, and float and float, and we couldn't tell where it was going.
Yeah, it was placed perfectly. The left fielder couldn't catch up.
Bailey Crow up now.
Crow with a sac bunt and a strikeout. 0 for 1 officially. Hike, he says.
2 strikes, quick strikes. Foul ball and a strike thrown. Ooh.
Yeah, you can tell the Otsego picture is a little more, her movements are a little sharper. They're, and Mackenzie with this strain.
She's just gassed.
Yeah, you're right. That's the best way to put it. Otsego a lot fresher, and I think is a little bit of the difference in the game.
Ooh, called third strike, up tight on the batter.
Ouch. So Crow goes down. Hammondtree had a single up the middle, a hard hit ball in the first, and grounded to the third baseman her second time up, 1 for 2. Tigers need a hit here. We don't want to strand that runner now. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Time running out for Liberty Center.
Then we don't forget, if you're out there watching, there's a JV game after this. There's plenty of seats available here at the stadium.
Oh, yeah, nice and comfy. Ball in the dirt. Zeider looked at third, but, of course, wisely stayed there. Chop. Short. Third baseman cuts it off, guns it across, and this infield for Otsego is playing errorless ball, I believe.
Yeah, they have no errors.
Yeah, they have done well. Yeah, as a general comment, girls softball, the improvement ability-wise and technique and is just really improved over the years. A little pop-up, third baseman, a couple feet in front of third.
That was Capretta.
And the side retired. So Liberty Center with a leadoff double to Zeider. She gets stranded there, and after 6 innings of play, 8-2, Otsego.
All right, top of the 7th inning here at Rex Lindgren Stadium, Kip Kern Field. And yes, that's not a mistake. So it looks like Otsego's making another player change. We'll be able to pick that up on the score tracker. Game changer here shortly. And that is Coe, C-O-E.
Coe hitting for O'Brien, I believe.
Yes, I think you're right.
So Otsego getting a few of their JV team in there to get a swing of the bat before we get into the ball game. Kind of a
warm-up.
cagey little move. Got her on a fastball. Swing and a miss.
Ooh. Must be lunch. Must be lunchtime.
No comment. Takes inside.
Now we're even. Now we're even, Spike.
Yeah. McKenzie delivers. Got her swinging at a high, hard one. So now who will pitch in the second game?
I think the only other pitcher they've got, I think, is Mackenzie Keller. I think. With Ella Miller gone on the band trip. Ella's the other varsity pitcher, and her and Fuller prior to this week had pretty much split the innings right down the middle. I think Fuller before the Tenora game pitched 46 innings, and Ella Miller pitched 50.
Yeah. Foul back.
I think the only other pitcher is Mackenzie Keller that has made a varsity appearance at least.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is Euler who struck out.
Nope, this is Balaz, B-A-L-A-Z-S.
Ew. Well.
And she strikes out. Balaz. This is Jones. That's up now.
So we got, what, 2 down?
Yep, 2 down. This is Jones up to bat, number 17.
High and away.
114 pitches for Fuller, so she's up almost 320 pitches in the last 3 days.
Unheard of.
I know in baseball, Spike, there's a pitch count rule with 123, 127, something like that. I don't know if there's one in softball.
Probably not. Hard hit ball. Zintek knocks it down, fires to first. In time. Ball was hit, had her handcuffed for a minute. It took that little extra several inch jump. Hit her on the heel, but stayed with it, and the side retired. Well, heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, 8-2 Otsego Knights.
I think for Liberty Center, you're going to get Howard and then Atkinson, and back at the top of the order, Howard in the 9 slot.
left-hand hitter, that pitch up there in the highest, very
Because
tip,
she kind of turned back and looked like, what?
yeah, of the strike zone up around
It's
her.
lunchtime.
It's that strike zone that's around your neck.
Ooh.
Tries to chop at that one, misses, and it's going to go to the 2-strike count.
And as a slap hitter, that's where you want that. You get that down low, you can slap it pretty much anywhere you want.
Yeah, if you can actually pull it, and then the pitcher and the first baseman each have to make a decision, that's when you are successful.
Yeah, for those slap hitters, you keep that ball up. It limits where they can actually slap that at.
Chops it down, but right back at the pitcher. Boy, if she could have got that up the line, then the first baseman and pitcher both have to decide. But that one hit it pretty good, actually, but right at the pitcher. So, 1 away.
So Atkinson now the number 1 hitter up for Liberty Center with 1 out.
Yeah, 0 for 3, a couple of infield pop-ups and a ground out to short.
Hey, she let the first pitch go. They must be listening, Spike. That's what it is.
Swing and a miss on a pitch down there around just below the knees. Had a good cut.
Rowe now at 106 pitches for Otsego.
Chop, 1 hopper, pitcher, easy play, and that'll make it 2 down.
Macy Crew up.
And a
looks
little
like
pop up, moving under it.
Gonna be
first
the ball
baseman,
game.
and that's the ball game. Otsego with 4 home runs, driving in 6 out of the 8, and that gives them the victory edge, 8-2. The Tigers just didn't get on the hitting sticks today. They only have 6 hits. Yep, 6 hits. 2 runs on 6 hits. Otsego with
8 runs on 12 hits.
8 runs on 12 hits.
Liberty Center with the lone error. And let's see, Fuller threw 117 pitches for 76 strikes. He faced 34 batters. Rowe for Otsego threw 108 pitches, 71 strikes, faced 29 batters. Home runs were Weaver. She had 2, Spike. Weaver for Otsego had 2 home runs. Hoffman and Shirkley had 1.
Yep, Otsego brought their hitting shoes and put this thing into the win column. So they moved to 10-5, a solid team. They've been competitive with that record. Liberty Center now at 10-8. So you got 18 games in. That's pretty respectable.
Well, they've got two, maybe 3 next week, and then they go into tournament, Spike.
Yep. And the draw, you say, is this weekend?
I believe it is. I believe it's tomorrow. I believe so. If it's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. But I think it's this Sunday.
Yeah, I would think they would have that in the books even before the regular season is over.
Yeah. And Liberty Center's schedule, let me take a quick gander at it. I think the ladies will be back in action, I believe, Monday. But let me pull it up here. Yes, Monday, both baseball and softball will be home with Evergreen. Spike, you'll be on the call. I got you on the 5th. Cole Ballman will be back from his FFA convention, so I'll be out of town. And then the girls will be home on Tuesday. We will not have that broadcast. We do not have technical people available, unfortunately, for
And
that.
when are you leaving?
I am leaving Monday morning, and I
Oh.
won't be back till Friday. So, and then, but the girls, I mean, it's a busy week. Tuesday, they're home with Fairview. Thursday, baseball is home with Fairview. And then Friday, they're varsity softball's away at Kalida. And so they're still, and then we have tournaments
they've
after
got-
that. So they got, 3 games left?
Girls have 3 games.
Yep. Boys baseball season runs about a week or so, 10 days longer. But check all the schedules at lctigersportslive.com for all the updates. And again, we do have games on the 6th, but officially I know I just haven't edited it. We do not have technical crew for the booth on the 6th, so we will be canceling those games. But the weather's supposed to be nice, so come on out to B.A. Miller Field and the softball complex there and watch some good sports. So let's go home, Spike. I'm hungry.
Yes. Let's call it a day. 8-2 Otsego over Liberty, using the home run power to trigger that victory. So with that, it's good afternoon, good Tiger sports.